2010 Honda Civic 1.8 oil change. That's what you're gonna need: new oil filter, oil filter wrench, some kind of, I like this because I'm not sure what size the drain bolt is, so this covers all of it. Drain pan, jack, a couple of jack stands for safety, and something to pry behind the back wheel. It's a little bit hilly here, that's not ideal, so if you can get a flatter, that's the best thing you do. Pull the handbrake so it doesn't move. Double safety so it doesn't roll. One on the other side as well. Then we jack it. Find the best jacking point on these cars. It will be something like that, like here, which is very hot. So where to put the jack stands? You can't put them there if your car's in good shape, but if you live somewhere with rust, I was just putting it under the actual frame like that, and the other side. Just leave it like this too, so now it sits on the jack over there, and it's triple safety, because if the jack now fails, it will stop at these jack stands. The opening is here. Pull this one. Opens it. So I found myself a rag here. Whole box, this works great. So if you get a create the mess here. Drain plugs right there. I'm gonna set you guys down because it'll come crashing out here in the beginning. Sure, it starts ripping out now that you catch it with the oil fan. See, it's important with the jack stands here now, so you're safe when you're under the car. Here too, this piece here will probably one of the last pieces that would ever go on your car. Let everything, it takes a little bit for the last of the oil here to drain out. there used to be a washer on here. It was on there when I pulled it. I believe it actually fell into the oil, but that's fine now. We're just gonna put a new one on. Let's just let this sit there and drain. We'll go get the new washer wheel on. New washer on here. Recommend always replacing the washers. It's a few cents and it's a safety for you. When it starts dripping like this, it's pretty much empty. Not gonna get it any much of a more empty than this. So I'm just gonna go ahead and refill this. Do not over tighten this, because you will strip the threads. This washer in there, it's in there. Just lock it up so I want to make it tight, so I don't require very much. Take a rag and wipe it off in case it should leak. You would see it. The oil filter's over there. Make sure you're ready with your catch can when this, not catch bucket, when this, because it will start dripping on you here. Missed a little bit there. So your new filter, put some oil in this ring here. So what I do, I just dip it like gently on the start of it there. Just wipe it off a little bit. That's plenty enough. Then remove this filter. This will be full of oil, so don't be careful so you don't drop it into your bucket there now. Just hold it with 3 fingers and unscrew it with 2, and have your box already, so you will make a mess of yourself doing this. See here. It's now very important that you verify that because sometimes the gasket gets stuck up on here, and a double gasket is real bad. See if the gasket is still on there. If you had 2 gaskets on there, it will leak, so make sure that the whole gasket came off with the oil filter. Alright. This one here, hand tighten back on. I like to give it just a little touch extra with this, but don't overdo this, because you might be in a situation where you can't get it off again. So let's pull out Google and see what kind of oil capacity this has. 3.9, so we'll put in 3.5 and then we'll check the level. So the oil is showing here on the back. This comes as 5 quarts. Should have about 1 left when we're done with this. Make sure that the seal here is gas attack before you start filling. And also, since we're not using a tire one, make sure that this mixes, because sometimes the additives, there's all kinds of additives in this oil, sometimes that settles on the bottom. So if you don't use the entire can, give it a good shake before you start it. Also make sure that you put it on the drain plug and the filter before you start filling this, because if not, you're gonna have quite a mess on the ground. Alright, so I got a little bit over 1.5 quarts there, which means that I put in about 3.5. Let's pull the dipstick out here and look at it. Dipstick. Wipe it off once and then down with it again. It's not showing. Let's put in another 1/2 quart. Alright, just sitting just over 1 here now, so should be where we need to be approximately. Yeah, it's showing right there now. Gonna give it I'm gonna go start it. I'm gonna start it up one time here now and make sure that it circulates before we do our final reading. You put your ignition back on again. Make sure the oil light comes on down there. And when we start it, should go off. It might take a little bit longer to go off now because we did drain oil out of it. Alright. See, it's taking a bit longer. There it goes. And then just let it idle for a few seconds and then just shut it down. Now before we do the final reading, now I'm going to go drop it to the ground again. Because I'm not going to get a correct reading on the dipstick with it being up in the air like this. It's still reading kind of low. It's reading down here. I'm gonna go add a little bit more. Sometimes the measurements that's published does not include the filter. So we're gonna need a little bit more sometimes. I'm gonna go add a little bit. Very little bit added. It's halfway up. Yeah, the oil level is now here, maximum is here. So I'm gonna drive a couple days with it like that. We did a fill about, yeah, slightly over 4 in it, so I don't want to overfill it either. So we're gonna drive a couple of days and then we'll check the level after that again.